You are not here by accident. Tonight, heaven has arranged this moment because your soul has been crying out for an answer. There are battles you've been fighting silently, struggles no one else sees, and questions you've been carrying deep within your heart. God has brought you here so you can lay it all before Him, because the night is not only for sleeping, it is for surrender. This is the moment where you stop holding everything together in your own strength and allow the one who never sleeps to take over. The God who shaped the stars is still writing your story, and He can answer you before the morning light touches your face. Do not underestimate the power of a night prayer. It can break chains, open doors, and silence every voice of fear. Tonight, we will pray not as those who hope vaguely, but as those who believe in the God who moves mountains. So prepare your heart, because before the sun rises, something in your life can change forever. The Word says in Psalm 5 verse 3, "In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning I lay my requests before you and wait expectantly." When David wrote these words, he knew the secret to breakthrough was not only in praying, but in praying with expectation. Many pray, but few truly expect. Tonight, as we lift up our supplications, we will not simply speak into the air. We will address the living God who hears, who acts, and who can move before the night turns into day. The challenges you face may seem urgent, but they are not bigger than the one who commands time and eternity. If He could part the Red Sea, calm the storm, and open prison doors at midnight, He can surely respond to the cry of your heart before morning breaks. This prayer is not about forcing God's hand. It's about aligning your heart with His will, so that His answer, whether in the form of a miracle or the strength to endure, comes right on time. Tonight, we are not just ending a day, we are stepping into a divine exchange. Your burden for His peace, your fear for His promises, your questions for His perfect plan. Lord, tonight I come before you with a heart that refuses to pretend anymore. I cannot hide the weight I am carrying. You know every burden, every fear, every hidden wound. And yet, you still invite me to come, just as I am. So here I am, Lord, empty-handed but with a soul desperate for your touch. I am not here to say beautiful words. I am here to cry out. I am here to plead for strength where I have none, for peace where there has been torment, for light in the dark places of my heart. I confess I have tried to do this on my own, and I have failed. Tonight, I choose to lay it all before you, the confusion, the anxiety, the unanswered prayers, and the fear of what tomorrow might bring. Lord, meet me here. I am not asking for comfort alone, I am asking for transformation. I am asking you to breathe life into what feels dead inside me. I am asking for the courage to stand when everything in me wants to give up. I am asking you to fill me with your presence so completely that no fear, no doubt, and no voice of the enemy can drown out your truth. I believe, Lord, that you can answer before the morning comes. Right now, you might feel like you've been running on empty, barely holding things together. But God never called you to carry the weight alone. Strength isn't about never breaking, it's about knowing where to run when you do. Tonight, you are making a powerful decision to stop trying to survive in your own strength and instead plug into the source of all strength. The enemy wants you tired, distracted, and numb because a weary believer is easier to silence. But you are here tonight, and that means you're still fighting. You're still reaching for God's presence, and that makes you dangerous to the plans of darkness. When you pray tonight, you're not just whispering into the night air. You are releasing your faith into the hands of the God who hears you in real time. You may not feel the answer instantly, but faith says, it's already on the way. Break the inaction. Lift your voice. If you can't find the words, let your tears speak. If you can't stand, kneel. But whatever you do, refuse to go to sleep tonight without touching the hem of His garment. Lord, I admit that there have been times I have delayed obeying your voice. I have put off what I knew I should do, convincing myself there would be a better time, a perfect moment. But tonight, I recognize that procrastination has cost me peace, blessings, and opportunities that you placed before me. I come before you now, asking you to break the chains of hesitation and fear. Teach me, Lord, that delayed obedience is still disobedience. Remove from me the spirit of distraction and replace it with focus. Let my heart burn for the things you've called me to do, so that I no longer waste the precious days you have given me. God, give me the courage to take the first step, even when I don't see the whole path. Remind me that you are the God who parts the sea as we move forward, not while we stand still. Tonight, I choose to align my actions with my faith. No more excuses, Lord. If you are calling me to forgive, I will forgive. If you are calling me to act, I will act. If you are calling me to wait, I will wait with faith, not fear. Procrastination is the silent thief of destiny. It convinces you that tomorrow is guaranteed, that you'll pray later, start later, obey later. But the truth is, every delay is a seed sown into the ground of regret. Tonight, God is calling you to war against that pattern. Your mindset has to shift from I'll do it when I'm ready to I'll do it because God is ready. Purpose is not built on comfort, it's built on commitment. You may never feel ready to take the next step God is asking of you, but obedience is what unlocks readiness. Faith is action. It's moving while you still have questions. It's trusting that if God has called you, He has already prepared the way. The enemy thrives when you hesitate, but he loses power the moment you step forward in faith. Tonight, make the decision that you will not let another sunrise find you in the same place of inaction. Before you sleep, commit in prayer the exact step you will take tomorrow toward what God is calling you to do. Name it, declare it, and prepare to walk in it. Lord, tonight I lift my voice in the middle of the battlefield. I recognize that my fight is not against people, circumstances, or even myself. It is against the spiritual forces of darkness that seek to steal, kill, and destroy. But I declare that I belong to you, and no weapon formed against me will prosper. I plead for your protection over my mind, my heart, my body, and my spirit. I ask you to break every chain that has been forged by fear, anxiety, addiction, or discouragement. I rebuke every lie that says I am not enough, that my prayers do not matter, that you have forgotten me. Tonight, I take my place in the authority you have given me as your child. Renew my vision, Lord. Lift my eyes from the distractions and wounds of this season, and help me to see beyond my current battle. Remind me that I am not fighting for victory, I am fighting from victory, because Jesus has already overcome. Give me clarity for the next step, and hope for the road ahead. Spiritual warfare is not always loud, it is often subtle. It's the whispers that tell you to quit, the heaviness that makes you feel prayer is pointless, the sudden distractions when you decide to seek God. Recognizing the battle is the first step to winning it. The enemy doesn't attack what isn't a threat. If you feel opposition, it's because you carry something valuable, something dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. And when you fight back, not with anger or fear, but with prayer and the word, you declare to the enemy that he will not have the final say. Renewing your vision means seeing beyond the current chaos. It's remembering that every storm has an end, and that the same God who was faithful before will be faithful again. Keep your eyes fixed not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, because that is eternal. Tonight, fight with faith. Pray with authority. And when doubt tries to return, remind yourself, God has never lost a battle, and He will not start with mine. Lord, as I prepare to lay my head down tonight, I surrender everything into your hands. I give you my fears about tomorrow, my weariness from today, and the questions that weigh heavy on my heart. I ask you to watch over me while I sleep, to surround my home with your angels, and to guard my mind from every attack of the enemy. But more than safety, Lord, I am asking for courage, courage to obey whatever you speak to me, even if it requires change I have avoided for too long. Let tonight mark the end of hesitation and the beginning of bold obedience. Let the peace you give not just comfort me, but prepare me for action. I know that you can answer before the morning comes. And if the answer requires my willingness to move, then wake me with the strength to take that step. Rest is not just the absence of activity, it is the presence of trust. Tonight, your rest will be a weapon. While you sleep, God is working. While you close your eyes, heaven is aligning what you could never control. But here is the truth you cannot ignore. Tomorrow's peace depends on tonight's decision. You can pray with passion right now and still wake up unchanged if you do not decide to act. God may move in the night, but you must move in the morning. This is where many lose their breakthrough, not because God did not answer, but because they did not respond. You've prayed. God has listened. But will you obey? Perhaps tonight He is ready to open the door, but it will remain shut if you refuse to walk through it. Are you waiting for God to move, or is God waiting for you to act?